Hey guys, this is Lori with Elm's Crafty Creations, and I have a new project to share with you as well as a tutorial. So I'm going to go through the project, and then we're going to run through the tutorial at the very end. I used two page styles in this album, but one of them I already have a tutorial on my channel for it. It's for the Gypsy Rose album, and the other page style is the new one that I'll be showing you after the review. So I have used, this is a design team project for countrycraftcreations.com, and I was sent the Echo Park Wish Upon a Star collection, and it is so cute. And forever ago, me and my best friend, like I'm talking before we were married, before kids, all that stuff, we took a trip to Disney together in Florida, and I've had these photos for forever. I've never done anything with them. They were just in like a regular photo album. So when I was sent this collection, I just knew that I wanted to put those photos in this album. So that is what I've done. This is a, let's see, what does it measure? 7 by 9.5. So, and it has a 3-inch spine. So I have managed to fit all of my photos in here, and it is jam packed. I've done 3/4 inch gussets. I have 3 pages. There is the spine. So this is a sticker from the collection. I've layered some of the papers here. I double layered paper here. This is a button that was included in the kit. This is just a what do you call it? Cut apart that I added some glossy accents to in some places, and I double matted it. And then on the back, I've just added again the double paper and then a sticker that I've mounted on cardstock. So let's go in the inside. It turned out really cute. I'm super happy with it, but it is really chunky and very full. So I'm going to try to get everything in the frame. So you can tell the pages are huge. So here on the cover, I just did a simple pocket just like I normally do, because normally my albums are stuffed pretty full like this one. So I try to keep it simple in the pockets. So I've just, throughout the book, you'll see that I've pieced a lot of the paper together, and here I've done that with 2 cut aparts. And here is a cut apart with a photo on the back. And then in here is again a cut apart made into a booklet, and there is the photo of our room that we stayed in. Here is another cut apart, and I've done 2 see-through stacked pockets here, and I'll show you how I did that. I really liked how they turned out. And here on the edges I did score tape and glitter, so I thought that was really cute. Again, a cut apart and just photos, photos, photos. This was our hotel. We stayed on the grounds. That was an arrangement that I had delivered. This one gets stuck in here because of this. These little stickers came in my kit, and I thought they were so cute. They're see-through. I stuck them on a lot of my photos, so that's me from forever ago. And there is the friend who went with me. And let's see. Stick those. I love that you can see through those. That's just cool. I love acetate pockets. This is magnetized and it flips open. So right here on this small flap, it also flips open, but there are 2 pockets, and I have, just a photo here. We went when they're in 2002, I believe. Oops, that's backwards. Put it in the right way. And there is another cut apart. And here on the inside, I like this little spread. So I've done a photo here, there's a sticker here, and then a photo here. I had added the white place photo here mats before I decided to put my pictures in here, but only on this page. The rest of them don't have the white mats. I have matted stickers on cardstock here and placed them, and I just, like I said, I just blocked off pieces and then added paper in between, is how I did the entire album. So I have 3 smaller photos here, and then this is just a little journaling spot that I haven't done anything with yet. So this closes, oops, and flips open to a page with just little file folder like pockets. And again, here is, I was going to use this on the front cover, so I double matted it, but just a photo here, and then again, more photos. And a lot of the photos, I was like, I don't even know what this is, but it's pretty, so I put it in here. You know how when you go on vacation, you take photos, and of course when it's been this many years, you're like, why did I take a picture of that? I actually threw away like 30 pictures that didn't make any sense. So of course you have to have the castle, so there's that. And then there's me in the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids place, another cut apart, and then Captain Hook. Just lots of fun. Little sticker here. On this side, I did 2 flat pockets. I've done cut aparts here and then added little strips of paper on both sides. Another photo. Same thing in the pocket. And then these flip open. I don't know if you can see all of it. So on this side, I have 2 photos and little strips of paper that I added. And then I have a photo on the front and on the back of that one. And then we have little stickers here that I've mounted on cardstock. I stuck 2 smaller photos here that I had. And then another photo, 2 more. And then 2 photos here. That flips over, and this is all just the first page. So this is the page that I will be showing you how to make. I have a sticker here, and then a photo mat. This is from the border strip from the border papers. And then here, photo, sticker. I used this sticker to cover up some people that were in the photo there that I didn't know. And then here, again, photo and photo here. On the back here, I kind of cut out around the papers to highlight the flag because that was made out of flowers. I thought that was cool. And in here, I've done, so this is the page out of my Gypsy Rose album. And I'll link that tutorial down below too. And this is an L-shaped pocket, and I did a booklet. There's a sticker there with a cut apart, and then I did kind of a multi-layer booklet to fit all my photos in. And that tucks in there. This opens up. And then in this pocket, I have a really large, like, waterfall booklet. And this, there's a sticker here. This flips down. And there's a photo here. And then here, there's just a regular waterfall. And it flips up. All of these are made out of Legos, but that was cool. I don't know if they have that all the time or if that was just when we were there. So these are all like random photos I didn't want to throw away, but I didn't know what to do with them because they just, some of them didn't really make much sense. They were just cool things that I took pictures of. So this just folds up like this and fits right in this pocket. It does make the album pretty bulky though, so if you didn't want to do that, see how bulky that page is, you could just stick photo mats in there. But I was trying to maximize my space. I've done a sticker here with a double stacked pocket. I have a photo on both sides here. And then in this pocket I did another booklet, cut apart, and then the cool tree. And then one on the back as well with all the carvings. It's one of my favorite parts of Disney. This holds a booklet, and I kind of made it wonky because I cut it shorter, meaning for this to be the front, but I added my photos wrong, so, but it doesn't matter. It turned out okay anyway. So again, just random photos from the Animal Kingdom. But I like the way this turned out because I just cut the border strips and I layered them with about 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch between each one. Thought that turned out good. This goes in here and then flips over, and then we have 2 smaller photos here with just cut aparts on the back. There's a booklet here, cut apart, and some paper. And there's not one on the back of this one. And then this opens up. And then you have these photos, and then I just added strips of paper throughout. And then just added some stickers here. And this one flips this way, and I've just added a large photo of us together. This was an 8x10 photo that I cropped down. So I thought that turned out really cute. I got like 120 photos in this book. And here I've done a little 4x4 with Dumbo. That's my friend. And here, there's me again. You can tell how hot it was that day because I look terrible. Let's see. Open it up, and here again we have the pockets again, and I've added photos to each one. There's another one of those clear stickers, and there's the back of that. And these just tuck right in here. And this flips open, and I have just really just added a lot of photos. Now, you know, when you go and you always see, take lots of pictures of the parades, and some of them were not great pictures, like this one. I liked these girls, and I liked Snow White, but some of the other things around it didn't look good. So I just cut out the pieces that looked good and placed them strategically here. And then these were actually, I cut out from the paper and mounted them on cardstock. And then I added photos on that side too, instead of adding journaling this time. There is a magnet that keeps that closed. This opens up, and again to our folder pockets, sticker here, and then again random photos. And then there's more on this side. Lots of parade photos. And of course I had to have one of the It's a Small World ride. And I don't know why I took a picture of the Fast Pass sign, but it's there, so I kept it. Here I have two photos on each side instead of design paper this time. And then again, I've used my little clear stickers here. This is a cut apart, and there is a photo on the back, but I can't show it to you. And then in the pocket here, there is a cut apart here, and this was actually our favorite ride, so we took turns, and someone was nice enough to take a picture of us in front of it, and that one was just me. I think there's one over here of just her, and another clear sticker here. I love doing the booklets. This opens up again to a nice spread of photos on the side. We went to the Lion King show while we were there. Another one of those clear stickers. And then photos. I think it goes that way. So random. And on this side, again, photos, a sticker there. There is another Epcot photo. I kept this one in here twice because we really liked Epcot. Everyone told us that it would be our least favorite place when we got there, and they were wrong. It was our most favorite place to be. We loved it. I kept these photos only because to remind me that we went to the Indiana Jones show while we were there. That closes on this side. Again, I have cut out the paper to make this cut apart stand out, and this flips open. This is more of the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids exhibit. Stickers here, Love Today, and then here that is like a border sticker, and then a sticker I've mounted there. I had two extra cut aparts because we didn't really meet Mickey Mouse. I had like one picture with him, and then we didn't do I think we did. I did do autographs, but I've lost them. I don't know where they're at. And this is a last picture. And on this side, again, we have that one's getting black on it. I think from the ink over here. This one says, "And they lived happily ever after," which is appropriate for the end of the book. I had two random extra photos that I don't know. I didn't want to throw away, so I just stuck them in here. And then here's that picture of her in front of our favorite ride. And then there is the other cut apart I was going to use on the front, but didn't. And then here is I don't know where I took a picture of this at, but I remember taking the picture and thinking, hey, that would be perfect for the end of a scrapbook. So there it is. And then there's our plane leaving. Okay, and that's it, guys. So really huge album, and I think it turned out really good. So let's go through with how to make this first page style, which is actually the first and last in the book. It is a really chunky page, like, see how thick this is? So you're going to have to allow more in your gussets if you make this, depending on how much you stick in it. You know, I mean, obviously you saw I added booklets and lots of stuff. So that's why I did 3/4 inch gussets in my book. Okay, so, oh, I don't want to stick it there. Where am I going to put this book? Over here. All right, let's get started. So, as always, your measurements are in the description box down below, and so you can go ahead and pre-cut everything that you want to cut. And I have already cut everything and labeled it. So you're going to start with one piece of cardstock cut to 9 by 12. So this is 9 by 12. Oops. And you're going to score on the 12-inch side at 5.5. And then you're just going to fold that just like that, so you have a flap this way. Then we can go ahead and add the little small pocket. So the small pocket that goes in the inside here with the two, or the small flap with the two pockets, that's 3 by 9. You're going to score on the 3-inch side at 1/2 inch, and then go ahead and fold on that score line and glue it down. And stick it underneath. So you're going to put your glue on the inside of the flap and stick it under this flap and glue it down. Now fold that over, and then you're going to add your two pockets here. So you're going to cut those at 5.5 by 3 inches. You're going to score on the 5.5 inch side at 1/2 inch, and then on the 3-inch side, on the 5.5 inch side at 1/2 inch on each end, and on the 3-inch side at 1/2 inch. And you're going to cut 2 of those. And I'm going to miter the corners of each one. And I'm going to fold each one, and then we're going to add it onto the flap. So you're just going to line it up on the very end of the flap and make sure your opening's at the top. And then you're going to do the next one right next to that. And they should sit right next to each other. Now when I matted the flap, I matted it like it was one solid piece, but you could mat it like it's two pockets if you want instead. So that's it for that part. So close that back up and let's put our other pockets here. Now I did stacked acetate pockets. Now you don't have to do that. You could just do them plain. So I have already cut this one out just to show you. And I didn't write down the measurement for the acetate. So what I did, let's see, I cut the acetate to, well, let me tell you about the pockets first, obviously. Excuse me. Oh, hold on, I got a cough. Oh, sorry about that. I had something in my throat. So I cut two of these at 4 inches by 6 3/8. You score on the 6 3/8 inch side at 1/2 inch on each end, and then on the 4-inch side at 1/2 inch. Now here I've already cut out my little hole, so to do this, all you would do, and I've already measured it here, you measure over, I used my ruler. I want a 1/2 inch over from the score line on all 3 sides that have one. So I just take my ruler and put it at 1 inch and then draw my line on all 3 sides that have a score line. And at the top, I do it at a 1/2 inch. And then I cut out this middle square right here. And then I'll add my acetate. Now your acetate, so here's one that I've cut out. And my acetate needs to be, and you can use clear or decorative acetate, doesn't matter. I cut mine to 5 1/8 by 3 1/4. Let me write that down real quick because I didn't include it in my notes. So, which is actually in the notes for you guys. I just didn't write it down in my book yet. So anyway, I've already cut mine. You can cut both of them. I'm just doing this one as an example. So you're going to miter your corners on both of them. I need my little mini trash can near me. So I'm just going to add the solid one. Should have added this flat last because it's getting on my nerves. Okay, and I'm going to add my glue. And I'm going to stick this on the front flap like so. So like I said, you could do solid stacked pockets or you could do the see-through. So on this one, you're just going to fold on the score lines that are on the side and not the one on the bottom. And then you're going to add your glue. And then you're going to stick this in to the pocket below and line it up and stick it down. Make sure you line your pockets up with the far right hand side of the flap. Okay? And that's it for that side. Now we're going to flip this over and we are going to add this one, right? So you're going to want to cut 2 of these at 12 by 9. You're going to score on the 12-inch side at 1/2 inch and then at 7 inches. And this one, let's see, it's going to go like this. So you're going to fold it like this because when you turn the page, what you want, you're going to stick it this way. It's going to be on here. Okay, so you're going to add your glue to this part of the hinge. So are you following me? You add your glue there, and then you're going to stick it right on here on the end. and here is your flap, and then you'll have another flap that opens this way. We're not going to add that yet. We're going to stay right here. Okay. Here is where I added the double pockets. So this one I've already cut. You're going to cut these to 5 inches by 7 inches and score on the 5-inch side at 1/2 inch and then on the 7-inch side at 1/2 inch. So what you do here is you take your ruler and measure over 2.5 inches and make a mark. Same on the bottom. 2.5 and a mark. And then I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to put my pencil at the very tip top of this mark and line up my ruler with the very bottom of this mark, and I'm going to draw a line. And that's how I get my angled pocket. So you're going to cut this piece off, and then you're going to miter your corner, and this is what you have, your angled pocket. And it should be the same as this one, and it is. Perfect. So then you just fold on your score lines and add your glue. And now I'm going to add this one on this side, all the way against the edge. I will give you a hint. It is easier to mat this first before you glue these down. But I didn't. So it's really just up to you. I actually glued mine down and then matted. And it wasn't too bad, but it was hard sometimes getting it in the corner down here. Is why it's easier to mat first. I'm just going to add this one here. For some reason I had an extra black one cut from when I did my album. So that's why it's a different color. And there you go. Oh, I didn't mention, but on my book I did use let me show you real quick. I did it in black, but I also used the red artisan cardstock from Tamara's shop. So I did red page here, black here, black here, red here. I just alternated it. I forgot to tell you that. So now flip this piece over, and now you're going to open this and add your pocket here. So you're going to cut this one to 4 inches by 10 inches and score on the 10-inch side at 1/2 inch on each end and fold on those score lines. And add your glue. Whoops. And stick it down. This will be the pocket that you use to attach the page to your binding system. Okay. And then, so you're going to take your other piece that you cut at 12 by 9, and then you scored it on the 12-inch side at 7 inches, or 1/2 inch, and then 7 inch. And this time you're going to miter your corners of your hinge. And you're going to add this page inside this pocket you just created. So add your glue. right inside there and stick it down. Okay, so now you're going to add your other pocket here, which has to be cut a little bit different than this one. You cut it to 4.5 by 10 inches and score on the 4.5 inch side at 1/2 inch, and then on the 10 inch side at 1/2 inch on each end. Again, miter your corners. And then fold. And add your glue or tape or whatever you like to add. I always use glue to put my albums together. I did use my ATG gun to attach my photos to my album. Now you're going to make sure when you're adding this pocket, that you stay away from this score line here, right here. You're going to leave a little gap so that way it doesn't make your album too bulky. And it's going to look funny at first when you do that. You're going to think, is this right? It looks strange if you're not used to making albums. But when you mat it, no one's going to notice. Okay. Now that's it for those, and these close and we have pockets on these sides. So cut 2 of these at 4 3/4 by 6 inches, score on the 6 inch side at 1/2 inch on each end, and then on the 4 3/4 inch side at 1/2 inch. Miter your corners. We're on the home stretch, guys. Almost done with building this page. So we're going to add our pockets to the flaps. Whoops. Here. Just line it up with the bottom. And same for the other side. Okay. And that's it for that. Now you're going to flip this over and we're going to add our last feature here. You're going to add a pocket at 2 3/4 by 7 3/8, score on the 7 3/8 of an inch side at 1/2 inch on each end, and then on the 2 3/4 inch side at 1/2 inch, and miter. Add your pocket at the bottom and just line it up. It's slightly shorter than your base page, but just line it up in the middle. I mean, it's just barely shorter. You probably won't even notice. And then you're going to take 2 flaps, cut to 6 inches by 6 inches, and then you score on one of the 6 inch sides at 1/2 inch for each flap. And all you do is add 1 to each side. And you can have these open whichever way you like. I left a little gap at the top and the bottom. So you can see there's a little gap down here between the pocket and then a little gap up here. And then open this one up. Actually, I kept this one closed. And then fold this. And then added my glue. And I'm going to line this up with this one on this side to make sure that they're even. That's why I keep it closed. Just make sure you get all the way on this edge. And glue that down. And I did add a magnet here. You can choose which way you want yours closed. I think I did mine this way. You could do yours that way if you want. It really doesn't matter. And that's it for this album. Super easy. It doesn't take a lot of time to create, and the longest part for me was just adding all my photos in. So I would have had the tutorial done sooner for you guys, but you know, you got to go through all the photos and pick out which ones you want and where you want them, and that's what took so long. So I hope you like the album. It was super fun to add photos. So if you're just making these albums, guys, and you're not adding photos to them, you are shorting yourself because when you get one done and it's got your own pictures in it, it's just so amazing. You know, I've had these pictures, like I said, since 2002. They've been sitting in my hope chest in an album. How many times do you think I pulled those out? Like once or twice ever. And now that I have this album, I just feel like I want to flip through it all the time just so I can look at all of the, not just my pictures, but the beautiful paper that surrounds my pictures now. And it's just so much fun. So make the albums, but add your photos as well. So thanks for watching. Of course, visit countrycraftcreations.com for all of the supplies needed to create this album. And let me know if you have any comments or questions. Thanks for watching.